What is the harshest G-rated insult you have received?
You're less a person and more a loose collection of personality flaws.
The worst thing about your guitar playing is that you don't know how bad you're at it.
It's impossible to underestimate you.
You sneezed like a squirrel. It wasn't the words so much as it was the sheer look of disdain and the disgust in that 9-year-old's voice.
I was called a gray sprinkle on a rainbow cupcake. Harsh.
What if your dog said no one is ever gonna believe you and never talked again?
The cat and I would talk about it for days.
I would make a rather ambiguous Reddit post about it, trying to gauge how others would react.
Say okay, and did it really bother him?
I'd pet him and said good boy. I'd straight up start barking and he'd be like, what?
I'd assume I had hallucinated.
Parents of Reddit, what was your worst parenting mistake?
I was far too fearful and now they are fearful.
What would happen if you put r/niceguys in the same room with r/nicegirls?
The density of victimhood would reach critical mass, causing a singularity to form, destroying planet Earth and our entire solar system. More passive-aggressive Facebook statuses than you can possibly imagine.
You have created the ultimate friend zone.
I'm pretty sure you'd get an anime club. All of the guys would be on one side of the room, all only talking to other guys. Lots and lots of toxic relationships.
What is the dumbest way you injured yourself?
Dropped a bottle of shampoo in the shower, bent over to get it, sneezed, slipped and gave myself a concussion.
The only black eye I've ever had. I gave to myself while playing Wii boxing. Won the game though.
I forgot that I had legs, so I slammed the car door while my leg was between.
I found a big stick in a field and threw it like a javelin. I didn't think about the fact that it was L-shaped, so it hit me in the back of the head and I fell over. Edit, sorry, to make it clearer I am left-handed. My eye was cold, so I put a big round Christmas light that had been on for a while on my eyelid and burnt my eyelid. My stepsister was the only one who watched it play out and just said from across the room, what the fuck?
What is your I wish I had started doing that earlier in my life?
Getting up early and just doing what needs to be done in a day instead of putting it off forever.
Being honest with the people around me, and not lying to myself about who I am.
Eating healthier.
Eating healthy and exercising. I'm 40 and have all sorts of issues due to an extremely poor diet as a child. Don't be like me, start now. It's easier than you realize.
Brushing my teeth. Frown. No one made me when I was too little to care, and by the time I wanted to do it for me the damage was done.
Getting reasonable amounts of sleep.
If Earth was challenged to single combat, who would be our champion?
Florida Man. Thank you for all the Florida Man information, he is more fearsome than I had known.
Jackie Chan, under the condition that the fight takes place in a room full of vases that neither champion wants to break.
The Moon, fuck him up.
The Rock will play them in a movie.
For your consideration, Pablo Escobar. John Jones. Juice to the gills too. Bruce Campbell.
What single incident completely changed your opinion on someone that you had known for years?
A guy I knew for years poured brake cleaner on a frog outside his house and was laughing as its flesh basically dissolved. I had to step on the frog to kill it. I left immediately and told him never to let me see him again.
Just found out my mom's about to get her 3-month chip from AA. I'd given up hope that she'd ever want to quit drinking about 20 years ago.
What band that you heard as a child do you think is the reason you listen to the music you listen to today?
Dire Straits. My father was a huge fan. I grew up listening to music with my dad. We listened to The Who, Grateful Dead, Hendrix, The Beatles, Pink Floyd, Santana, Rolling Stones. All the classic rock bands from the 60s and early 70s. It's still the music I listen to the most today.
Cranberries mixed with a healthy dose of Ace of Base, the Fugees, and Green Day definitely shaped my need for a dreamy sound with a strong beat.
Metallica. I don't listen to them nearly as much today, but they easily are the main influence for my musical interests of today.
That would be The Police or Depeche Mode.
I remember disliking rap all throughout high school until I heard Biggie Smalls. Now hip-hop is tilde 50% of what I listen to.
What is something you can only do if you're attractive?
Buy insulin syringes at CVS for my dog's diabetes. When I go in unshaven, they think I'm a drug addict and won't sell me any.
Be awkward. If you're hot it's quirky. If you're ugly it's cringe.
Have a terrible personality yet still have a good social life.
Stick to metal surfaces.
Get people to laugh at terribly unfunny jokes.
Fuck publicly and end up on r/hold-the-moan instead of r/trashy.
Drag and drop someone and announce it to the world after you become a celebrity.